It's a tough job for you, especially as you say, if you know you're in a kind of uncertain position, how long you're going to stay in acting chairperson role, when Marius Fransman's going to come back. What's the update on his sexual assault case, the allegations of sexual assault?
Yeah, let me put first on record, because I'm always correcting this thing. The provincial chairperson of the ANC has not been asked to step aside for sexual assault charges or sexual assault accusation. I think there is a difference between sexual harassment and sexual assault. Sexual assault has the implication of an attempt rape. This is according to the affidavit I happen to be informed about, which has been put as a charge there, as a lay of a charge by that woman. Doesn't mention any assault, they mention harassment.
Okay.
Why you will go for a very broad term? To me, that alone is malicious and mischievous.
So if we say Marius Fransman is going to court for sexual harassment, we can stay with that. You say it's not the reason he's been withdrawn from his position.
Yes.
That to me is concerning because it seems to suggest that you don't take that kind of allegation seriously. And as a party that has a very strong women's lobby and women's division or branch, surely it would be reason enough for the party to act very strongly and ask him to step down.
Yeah. No, we are taking that very serious. The fact that
whether it's assault or harassment.
We're taking it very serious. But we're taking it as serious as it is. We don't want to put other spices on it. Okay. We want to take it as it is reported, and we act on that. The ANC is asking him to recuse himself, while this allegation is an extreme showing. Because we didn't only do that, we've been trying to get hold of the person as an organization. Even our Women's League, Women's League come very strong. In fact, they even put pressure on the ANC to take action, and that was appreciated because we are a non-sexist organization at the same time. We are anti-sexual harassment, sexual assault, rape, and all that is in the ANC. Therefore, we have acted out of our own mandate and conviction at the same time in relation to those actions. That's why we are not going to accept any pressure. There are pressures that are there. We cannot accept any pressure to reverse the decision taken by the ANC on that matter. The ANC has taken a correct decision to ask our chairperson to step aside while the case is still unknown as to what is doing. And then we even ask our own structure, which is not necessarily a constitutional structure, but a structure to safeguard the integrity of the ANC, which is called Integrity Commission. That commission, we have as a province taken the matter to it, and we ask it to act, and we're waiting for the outcomes that can come at any time.
So there's both the legal process, which the state will manage, and then there's the process that the Integrity Committee will oversee.
Yes. Immediately there is any change in that. The NEC has two structures. There is a constitutional structure, which is the National Disciplinary Committee. The National Disciplinary Committee, if it comes to a push, it will act according to the Constitution of South Africa. Okay? But we not only stay there as an ANC, we also look at the moral part of this thing and ethical part of it. That's why we've got this Integrity Commission to look to what extent morally and ethically the incident affect the ANC.
Sure. And the jury is out, you're quite right, regardless of the details of the allegations made by the, supposed victim.
If we're not taking that serious, we would wait until there is a charge.
Sure.
The fact that we don't wait for the charge, it shows the seriousness of the ANC.
But you said moments ago that he wasn't taken down from or asked to step aside from his chairperson position because of the allegations.
No.
So what was the reason?
No, I didn't say that. I said he was not taken out for sexual
harassment.
For sexual assault, but for sexual harassment.
Okay.
I was correcting this sexual harassment by survey. Yes, for that,
asked
of course.
to step down
with
regards to the allegations of sexual harassment. Okay. So you don't have any update on that case? You don't know the progress? Or do you?
We don't know the progress of that. We're still waiting. We will be informed at any time. We are waiting for the national leadership, because at the end of the day, is the national leadership. In terms of the case, there are other processes that will be followed. I think we'll be informed through judicial processes. But in relation to the Integrity Commission, the ANC leadership, I'm sure they will report. The Integrity Commission will report to the NEC, and the NEC will take it to us.
This is my last question, but I think it's really important if we think about this year and what it means for the party in the Western Cape with provincial elections coming up. The timing seems atrocious. Marius Fransman, an established member of the party, he has a lot of clout in a number of communities in the Western Cape, not in action because of the allegations. You don't know how long you're going to be in the role. You're doing what you can to kind of consolidate the different communities that are ANC sympathetic. But surely it's a bit of a shambles.
Not really, but of course it is having it is imposing some weaknesses on our side, in the sense that we have this cloud that is hanging on the top leader of the ANC. We acknowledge that. However, in terms of our election campaign, we don't depend, unfortunately. The ANC does that long time ago. I think that was a good kind of a decision. Elections processes of the ANC, immediately we talk about elections, we don't rely on the political structure. The ANC create, far before the election campaign start, a different structure which is called election team. Okay. That is, when I'm speaking to you now, there is a structure that deals with the election, that monitor and does everything and take decisions that even sometimes supersede us.
So that's still clocking over, and that's still running.
And unfortunately, the person who is a coordinator of the election, who is working concurrently perhaps with the chair, who is the chair of the election, has not been tainted by all these processes.
Who is that person?
It's Comrade Lulama Mvimbi.
Okay.
Yeah, and he is deputized by Comrade Zokota. Therefore, they are pushing the election. We are only having these quagmire as us as a political structure.